Everybody come in. Just give me a second. Everybody keep coming in. I just remembered I do not have my iPad with me. 1 second. So I can see y'all comments. Come in, come in. Okay, I'm back. I'm still here. Sorry, I forgot my iPad in the other room. Now I need to see y'all comments because the phone is above my head. If you're gonna live stream with the phone above your head, you need another device. And in my haste, I smashed my finger. It's like if it's not one thing, it's the other. It's that damn marker. I was like, don't the I have to replace my nail with another color. How's everybody's week? I'm so happy that you guys are here with me. How's everybody's week? I'm so happy that you guys are here with me. Welcome, Rhonda. Hello, Clover. Hey, Tamara. Hello, Darren. Hey, Reading. Yes, you caught me live. So no tech gremlins this time. I just had a little bit of a mix up with trying to figure out where my iPad was. And then, like I said, the unfortunateness of losing my nail. Oh, try to break it so it won't. My video's not gonna look that pretty. Hello. Hey, Laverne. Hello, Jasmine. Hello, Amber. Hello, Yvonne. Am I saying that correctly? Hola. Hola, ¿cómo estás? That's about as much as I know. So I don't know if you guys saw my email earlier. If you did, you probably saw that I sent out new practice sheets. If you didn't get a chance to get them, if you go to my YouTube bio, my actual YouTube bio, I now have a link. You have to scroll down the list of links, but I now have a link with all the resources in a Google Drive folder. So it's going to have the syllabus, it's going to have the value practice, and it's going to have the color theory practice sheets as well. So everything now will be located in one centralized place. You don't have to go hunting everywhere. I'm going to update that folder every week. So if you miss something, you can always go there right here on YouTube and find it. But other than that, please, if you haven't already, subscribe to my mailing list. That's also in the link there. You can subscribe to it there so that you can get updates and know when everything is happening. You don't have to sign up. You don't actually have to sign up for this class. You just get the practice stuff and you just show up or you watch the replays. This is like my beta testing to see how it goes with me teaching. And later on, I'll decide if I'm going to actually have a course that you guys would sign up. That would be a way more private course. It would be something that we would do maybe via Zoom or Google Meets. and a little more hands on. But for now, anybody can go get the resources and follow along. But thank you for asking. So if you were here last week, you know we did our thing. We learned value scale and we learned um what was it? We learned how to do wet and dry blending because a lot of y'all was saying y'all were having trouble blending and y'all were also tearing up y'all pages and getting a lot of streaks. So we went over different ways to blend. And I don't know what I did with those practice sheets from last week, but this was the value scale we did right here. And you also get those worksheets. We went over why this is so important. We also learned how to do glitter stippling. I don't, where did I put that guy? If I showed y'all behind the scenes of what my office looks like, you'd be like, how the hell you get any work done? I don't know. And half the time when I start to clean up, my mind will go, ooh, something shiny. And I'll just, I'll be lost again. I'll be lost again. Oh, here it is. This is the sheet we did last time. I never finished it. I had to go back and finish my mountains. Oh, thank you. But I showed y'all how to do like the blending. We looked at wet and dry blending. We looked at the difference between letting the ink dry or blending while it's wet. And we also looked a little bit on at color pencils. Color pencils was not scheduled. Somebody asked me to show them that, and I was happy to do so. So if you have questions, just ask them. You know, I'm happy to show you what I know. We also, and I went ahead and finished this. I need to post this video, but I showed y'all how to do the glitter technique, and I went ahead and finished mine. If you go on my page, I reposted another one of our friends who came to the class. Is it Rhea? Who came to the class last week? She finished hers. It looks amazing. She did hers in all purple. It's so adorable, all lavender. But this is mine, and I'll be posting. It's an ASMR video, so I don't actually talk in it, but I will be posting it for Love Week, which is next week, so you can see the whole process of how it came together. Today we're going over our freaking color wheel. Where did I just put that color theory paper? Lord, I need an assistant. I need an assistant because I just be throwing stuff that I need. Well, I tell you one thing. I ain't one of those content creators that be having everything all perfect. I tell you that. If you was looking for perfection, you subscribe to the wrong page. Because what I'm definitely gonna make mistakes and keep going and just hope that nobody noticed. We going over color theory today and why it's so important, not just in art in general, in life really, but not just in art in general, but also in your coloring. If you're having trouble picking out coloring palettes, learning how the color theories and things work can help you with that, and it'll translate other places. You'll be surprised at how well you can style an outfit better, how you can pick out makeup better, how you can pick out if you wear wigs, how you can pick out a good wig better. You ain't got to be scared of wearing blonde wigs no more because you know if you pick the right shade of blonde, that's the right hue and the right tone for your skin color, you can shut all them up down. I almost cussed to stop myself. Good evening. What intimidates you? What intimidates you? Colors? They shouldn't. And I'll tell you one thing, if colors intimidate you, lessen your color palette. So you know I have like the big 320 set. I'm not going to really use that too much today. I'm going to use this 60 set of Ho2 markers. Now these are linked in my Amazon favorites. These are very, very affordable markers. Having a smaller set helps you not freak out as much because this is all you got to work with. So you got to make it work. Wait for you. Hey, Lynn. Oh, you're scared of perfection. Oh, good. Because perfect. Because you'll never achieve it. You'll never achieve it. Nobody will. What people have perfected is the art of lying. Nobody's perfected perfection. You show me a perfect person, I'll show you a liar. So for the color wheel, I also posted it here on my stories, but I put it on TikTok. We talked about primary colors, which are, everybody knows. If you don't know, it's blue, red, and yellow. When it comes to blue, red, and yellow, you cannot create those colors. Even in nature, you cannot create those colors. Those are your primaries. There's a reason why they were selected to be the color of Superman's costume: red, blue, yellow. However, when you mix them together, that's how you get the rest of the colors on all of the color wheel. You know, if you mix red and yellow, you get orange. If you mix red and blue, you get purple. If you mix blue and yellow, you get green. Those are your secondary colors. And then you have your complementary colors, which are the colors that are directly across from each other. That's your blue, your purple, your red, your green, your blue, and your orange. Obviously, this is the most famous complementary set. This is Christmas, but also if you turn it pink, now you got eight AKA colors. Believe it or not, this is how a lot of color schemes are chosen. Like, they'll literally get the complementary colors and they'll find somewhere on the palette line different colors to use, and then that'll be a whole color scheme for everything. Also, when you get good at color theory, then it becomes a lot easier. Say if you want to start a brand and you need to figure out your brand colors, when you start to learn how different colors work together, it's very easy to come up with your brand colors, especially since every color has its own meaning, but that'll be another video. So your homework was to go ahead and complete the color wheel. I don't know how many of y'all did that, but if you haven't, please do. It helps. We also have analogous colors and analogous. That's a big word for Elmo. Um, that is when you have three or more colors that are next to each other on the color wheel. So your red, your orange, your yellow, this is like your vermilion in the middle. Your greens, your teals, your blues. These are important because if you can't pick out a good color scheme, this is a perfect way to start. Like, this is a perfect way to come up with a color scheme. Just picking the colors that are next to each other. They're all going to go together. They're all harmonious. And then you have your tertiary. That's how you say it. Tertiary. I thought another word was going to get away from me, but I caught it. Tertiary colors. These are the colors that you get as a result from mixing your primary and your secondary color. This is how you get chartreuse. This is how you get teal. This is where all those colors come from. They come from you when you're mixing your primary and your secondary color. Because in order to get teal, you have to mix yellow and blue together, and then you have to mix that color together and get your green. You get your green. And in order to get your teal, depending on what shade you want, if you want more of a teal or you want more of a peacock, you got to adjust the amount of blue, amount of yellow you mix into it. But that's how you get these colors. So that is the color wheel. So I'm just going to start off while just coloring in my color wheel really quickly. Like I said, I'm using a smaller color palette today. This is not paid. Nobody paying me to show y'all these colors. It's just because I'm going to get overwhelmed if I look over here at the 360 colors and I see the red onion marker looking at me. So I'm going to stay away from it. And I'm going to pick from here. Remember, these markers are like, what? And these are brush tip. These are under, what are they, like less than $60? They're good markers. Anyway, so what's number one? My primary colors. So I need red, blue, and yellow. Red, blue. And this makes it very easy because there's so few colors. I need a red and a yellow. And I got a blue. They're my primaries. Interesting thing. I hear that here in America, a lot of people do not recognize colors as much as they do as, say, in maybe Asia, because we do so many things in primary color, and we start kids off with colors being like blue and pink. Whereas if you go to certain parts of our country, like say Miami, Florida, or if you go to parts of Asia, they use every color in the spectrum. But we're very, very stuck on our primary colors, which could also explain why so many people are afraid of color. So put my yellow here. And look how smooth these blend out. I feel like I'm on QVC, but for colors. I know. This is the very boring part, but I'm warming you up. This also gives you time if you got a printer to go ahead and print out the color, to print the stuff out. Hint, hint. So that you're ready. I should have chosen a lighter blue than this, but whatever. Oh, look how smooth that. It's so juicy. Whole two mochas are very juicy. I need to do a side by side comparison of them with Ohuhu. That's why I say I'm giving you time. Go ahead and print your stuff out. We can do it together. Come on, we can do the homework together. And if you've been to my Amazon favorites, you've seen that I have tagged some different printable card stock for y'all to if so you can print your coloring pages on more reliable paper. If you don't want to use the Amazon ones, you can go to Walmart if you have a Walmart near you, and you can get the pen and what is it? I want to say pen and proper. That is not the name. I don't know. They got their own brand of premium card stock that's 110 pound. There may be $8 at the most for 150 sheets. I highly recommend those. Otherwise, you could just use the ones I linked. Is that pretty? Yes, now I was actually tempted to break out my paint and like make colors during the live, but I was like, I don't know, most of y'all are here for coloring books. I don't know if y'all wanted to see me mix paint. But maybe we'll try and see if we're able to mix acrylic paint later. Acrylic paint markers later. So I got my main ones done. Oh wait, I'm so sorry. I missed one. I'm supposed to do these. I wish I chose like brighter colors, but I ended up picking like the darker versions of them. It's whatever. Red, blue, and yellow are all the same. I recently created a color theory and psychology Pinterest board. I need to add that to my links because I have all of this information on the different emotions that each color brings out. I said I'll probably have to do a different post on that because I want to read up on it more. But different colors and different color palettes working together create different types of moods. And I know this from personally because I used to go um to my ex mother-in-law's house. It was already a place I did not want to go. But I used to go to her house, and every time I get there, I just get sleepy. And I did not know why. Whenever I would sit there and sit on her sofa, I would just get sleepy. And it dawned on me that she painted her entire house in this color called lambskin. Lambskin is like the beigiest gray of beigey grays, and it's supposed to make you fall asleep. So I was going there to maybe have dinner, and I would look rude because I'm sliding off of the dang sofa, some of which still had plastic on them. So I'm just stuck and tired. The best color pencils? No, because I don't have many color pencil brands. I will tell you, I have stuck with the same color pencil brand since I was in college, and that's Prismacolor. Um, I know that Faber Castell is good, but these are very expensive color pencils. Um, and like I've been coloring with color pencils for so long that so many new brands have popped up. Because I remember when it was just Prismacolor, Faber Castell, and Crayola. Like there was, you know, that was all you had. Prismacolor were the color pencil. So now they have all these different ones, but I'm loyal to Prismacolor. To this day, I'm loyal to them. But Faber Castell, I heard was very, very good. I want to try out the new brand called Castle. It's called Castle something. I seen it on Amazon. I want to try those out. I heard they were good. Also, Ohuhu, now has color pencils. I heard, and everybody asked me what I think about them. I was like, "Is there a red onion color pencil?" I need somebody who has them to find out for me before I decide if I want to invest. Yeah, red and red and yellow make you hungry. Well, that could be one of the reasons why a lot of fast food a lot of fast food places are red and yellow for a reason. A lot of them. There's a reason why. Let me see. McDonald's is that color. For a while, there used to be a lot of them that were all red and yellow. I think Hardee's was that color as well. They all chose them colors to make you hungry. And so now that I have my yellow, my red, and my blue, so we know that yellow and red will mix to give us an orange. Orange, excuse me. So I'm going to go ahead and put my orange. And I'm curious, you know what? Since I'm curious about it, I might as well see if it'll do this for me. I'll probably have to use a lighter red, but I'm going to see if I lay down a yellow and let it dry. If I go over it with a lighter red marker, will it turn a shade of orange for me? We're gonna test that. We're gonna test that. We're gonna test and see if we can actually achieve the color mixing with the markers themselves. Actually, let me make a bigger patch of that yellow because I'm gonna see if I can get a green too. I'm gonna see if I can get a green. We might be able to do some color mixing. And then I need, let me get that lighter red color. So I'm gonna do it with two. It's probably gonna be easier to mix with lighter colors. And see if I could get me a purple. Well, I wish I'd have chose this red. We about to test it out. And here's the thing. Since we're talking about that marker anyway, I never had a problem. There's no color on the color wheel I've ever had a problem with. The whole thing with me and the red onion marker started because I was trying to sort the colors and I could not find it. And I was sorting the color according to the swatch sheet. Couldn't find it. And I was looking everywhere for it because it's supposed to be in the red family. It's got the R in the code. Couldn't find it. The reason I couldn't find it is because it was sitting next to 2 to 3 different purples, and the top kind of went along with it. So I couldn't. All I did was mention that in a video, and I had so many comments of people talking to me like I'm a child. Like if Johnny had 5 apples, like telling me, you do know that a red onion is actually purple. It's like, I know that, but the marker ain't purple. The marker is a fuchsia pink. That's number one. And two, that was not the point. I wasn't talking about the color of it. I was talking about the fact that I could not find it to put it with the reds where it's supposed to go. Hey, uniquely. I got sidetracked. I'm sorry. They set me up with that one. It's the principle. It's the principle. I hope everybody. I'm right now. I'm working on what was supposed to be like the homework. Giving everybody a chance if they can to go and print. What was supposed to go here? Wait. Okay, blue. All right, class. What does red and blue mix to make? Classroom participation. Anybody? Can y'all hear me? Thank you. Purple. Somebody call Prince. Somebody call Prince. And is a very fun activity to do. And if you do have like little ones, letting them do this too is fun. Okay, now we got blue and yellow. What do blue and yellow make? Thank you. Thank you, Bella. So now we've just made our secondary colors. Now this is when it gets a little. Now this is when it gets to be different because now that we have that, now we need to make our tertiary colors. So now that we have like our purple and our red, we need to find something. We identify a marker that is in between there. Now I wanted to use my whole two markers, but I may have to go and find me one that goes in the middle. Oh wait, this may work on before I say that. That may work. I'm gonna say based on the colors that I have, I'm gonna pick this one, a magenta. It looks like red onion. I hate it here. Will you draw on here? On here, no. We will color though. We will color. This is the color theory class. And right now I'm doing this just to get us get going, and then we'll go more into a little some more exercises. And we'll continue working on our blending because I have y'all. Did y'all practice y'all wet and dry blending like y'all supposed to? All right, we got a red, we got an orange. We need to find something in between that. I'm not breaking out the hoo-hoos yet. I think this is a vermilion. Vermilion. What the hell I get? Vermilion. Every time I hear the word vermilion, I think, did y'all ever see Coraline? When the other mother was asking her what colors that she want her eyes to be. I have to let it dry and do another layer on it. Okay, yellow. Then I need a yellowish. I'm not breaking out the hooves yet. I will in a minute though. Okay, that's gonna be perfect. No, that may be too. That's too. That's so weird. Look at that cap color. Oh, this will work. This will work. That's the color I need. A amber. I need a very, 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 very pale yellow green. This should work. This will do. And now that I have these out, I'm going to use this as a color palette to help me make a color palette for my next thing. Green and blue. Do I have a tealish color in this set? I'm trying to avoid the hoo-hoos, so you may have to go get one. I don't like that blue. Yep, I'm going to grab oh hoo-hoo. Oh, wait, no. Okay, oh hoo-hoo, here I come. Here I come. Because I need a green blue. Look at that teal. Were y'all voting for me to have to pull them out? Yeah, well, you know, it's the perfect blend. And then I need a blue violet. That's what I need to go here. I actually think I have one of those. I do. And there's our blue violet. So that is the homework done. So we have our primary, our secondary, and now we have our tertiary colors. So we now know how those work. And don't forget, we also have our analogous colors. That's the colors that's next to each other on the color wheel. Because I want to talk about, so we got 2 sheets here. Let's do some mixed drinks. Now that we have identified some of our color wheel, we're going to use our color wheel to make ourselves some mixed drinks. This is going to show you how to blend one color to the other. Boy, this little thing has been stabbing stuff. Let me break this off. Do I have scissors in here? It looks ridiculous. I have this one little broken nail just holding on for dear life. Oop. Okay, there we go. We got 2 practice sheets for this. We have the mixed drinks one, and we have our tigers. Which one do y'all want to do? Either way, we're going to be mixing up a lot of colors. This one is more gradient. This one is more like different effects. Which one y'all want? Y'all to see y'all want the drinks. Okay, the drinks. Okay. So I think I want to make something using my analogous colors like the green, the tealish green, and the blue. It feels like a really good tropical drink. And so we're going to have to make a gradient to make that look right. Now, don't worry about when you're doing this. If you have a white gel pen, don't worry about too much going over the ice cubes. If you have a white gel pen, I'll show you how to fix it if you go over it, because they're supposed to be translucent anyway. Also, your colorless blender will come in handy here. So I'm going to go ahead and try to pick those colors out. I'm going to pick that. Where was that teal I had earlier? I like that color. I want that teal. I want me a nice, and put together a nice little color palette. I want that teal. I'm actually going to be mixing a whole 2 in. Okay. Okay. And I like this green. What was that green? That's not the green I want. That's the green I had. That'll do. I'm putting in, what was that blue drink that used to be popular? You have to get the lesson 2. It was emailed this morning, so you'd have to check your email. And if not, you have to go to the link in my bio. You have to go to the link in my YouTube bio and you have to click art classes resources. It's lesson 2. The day of the lives, I always send out the practice sheets that I'm going to be coloring on. So, should I use Ohuhu? Do y'all want me to use Ohuhu so y'all know what colors I'm using? Should I use just Ohuhu? Hypnotic, that's it. Hypnotic. Y'all want to use? We could do a lemonade one. We could definitely do one that looks a little like lemonade. We could do a blue green, and then end up with a lemonade. Let's see what color horseradish is. Ain't no dang horse I ever seen was the color of that radish. Okay. So these are colors I'm using. I decided to go and use just Ohuhu just in case y'all, this is what y'all got. Most of y'all got Ohuhu. So I'm gonna use these. Summer yellow, horseradish, and teal. And see what we can come up with. First of all, we know this is gonna be some kind of lemonade, so I'm gonna go ahead and make this yellow. I'm gonna use a lighter yellow to do. Lemon chiffon should do the inside of it. And I'll go back in there and add white highlights and more shading later. Okay. Now I'm gonna start with my lightest color, which is my yellow, because I can always make something darker. I cannot make it lighter. So I'm gonna go in here with my lightest color, which is my yellow. And remember, I'm using analogous colors to do this, and I'm gonna ignore the ice cubes because I can go back and fix those. And sometimes having to go around something messes with your gradient. I'm gonna use the other tip. The other tip is better for this. I don't need to go all the way down. I'm gonna use wet blending for this. I'll go halfway down. And then I'm gonna grab my green while it's still wet. So I do it while it's still wet, it'll mix for me better. Not too much. Still wet. Take the yellow, go back over that top part where the two of them mix. And this is gonna blend because these are colors that are next to each other on a color wheel. If they were not, they would fight me. Teal at the bottom. All right. Now take the green, still wet. Go over the top part of where they meet. This is going to ease them into each other. And you're going to literally see them start to blend. Now I don't want to leave my glass blank, so I'm going to pick out a color to make my glass. I'm going to actually use one of my grays. I'm going to use a blue gray. Let's see what blue gray this is. Okay, I'm going to use, this is blue gray 2. So MG020. So I don't want to leave my glass just white. I want to give it some shading of its own. Be a little more realistic. I'm actually going to put a little bit underneath here, so now it has a shadow. Tidy this up down here. I'm going to let that dry. Because that's our first layer. You want to let that dry. Actually, I'm going to go over this, just yellow a little bit more. Let it dry. Okay, so what are we thinking for our next drink? What colors are we thinking here? They don't have to be realistic to real life. This is a way to practice blending. So we're making gradients from color to color. Anybody? Red. Thank you, Amber. Okay, so if I'm sticking with analogous colors, and I'm actually gonna try a complementary color next, but I'm gonna stick with analogous for right now. Unless I said I wasn't gonna do acrylic markers, but I actually think I'm gonna mess with an acrylic marker because since you said red, I'm thinking that let's make one of these watermelon. Let's make a watermelon drink. So to do that, I need a pink. I need a pinkish red. Oh, look at that. Perfect watermelon. This is coral essence, the essence of coral. Okay, so that's coral essence. And I want to go to reverse. I did dark to light here. I want to do the reverse. I want to do like green up top, red at the bottom. So now we doing flavors. So we're gonna do a complementary color one. I'm gonna show you how you can do a complementary. So we're gonna do red and green here, but we're gonna make sure that it doesn't look Christmassy. So I have that. I need a pinkish red, or pink with pearl pink red. That's two on the money. That's not gonna work. Pastel rose, maybe. Pastel rose will work. Actually, you know what? Coral pink and pastel rose work better. And then I'll add a little more red as I get to the top. So I'm gonna start down here. Obviously, this was done by an expert mixologist to be able to get the colors to lay where they want them to lay. So we're doing a complementary set here. There. I got my coral red now. Still wet. Go see how I have this harsh line? Still wet. Go over it with the color that's underneath. And watch that line go away. And the reason that it works is because we're using colors that complement each other. They're in the same family and they're in the same value. See how that harsh line went away without me touching it? So we just combined two lessons we looked at. We're using color now, and we're using the value scale. And we use our wet blending that we learned last time. You saw how that went away? Okay, now going from that, and now I want to move into my green, but I have to be careful what green that I pick because, like I said, I do not want it to be Christmassy. So I'm gonna try to pick a palish green. Literally, here's a color called pale green. Oh, so that look, watermelon, watermelon, perfect. Now, when they touch, they are going to make a gray. That's one thing about the complementary colors. They do make grays when they touch each other, but that's okay. I'm gonna overlap them anyway a little bit. And right where that meets there, I think I want to tap it with a different red right there. Take that color that's underneath and blend that out. Okay, don't want too much. You have to be very careful when those two are touching each other because you do not want it to muddy. Now I'm gonna let that sit and dry, and I'm gonna go back to this one. Now that this one is dried enough. I'm gonna put some more shading into the glass itself because I want that to look real. Now this is when I start getting this is when I start getting technical. So remember how I said if you know how to use your grays, I said this in a TikTok video. If you know how to use your grays, you can do a lot. I'm gonna grab a gray. This is mainly coolish colors, so I'm gonna grab a light gray. And so, oh Lord, what's she doing now? And the reason is I'm using a gray instead of another color. I'm gonna actually give a little bit of shadow to this cup, make it a little more realistic. It's good. That was cool gray number 2. I need a darker gray to hit down here. Give me cool gray 5. That's 2. Still not light dark enough for me. Give me cool gray number. Let's try this cool gray 5. This may be dark enough. It is. There we go. Okay. Get a little bit of shadow down there. So I told you don't worry about going over this because you're gonna take that gel pen that we used last class and just go ahead and make these back white again. I'm actually gonna go over the line a little bit. Or if you have acrylic markers, use those. Acrylic marker may actually be better because they're gonna be bolder. Let's see. Get that white Sharpie marker. Come here, Sharpie. To color it, yes, I use brush tips. Oh yeah. That's where those Sharpies come in handy. I told y'all somebody asked me what acrylic marker I suggested. For my first set was the. Well, honestly, I do own Poscas, but Poscas was doing a lot. They're gonna be too rough for your paper for coloring. But the Sharpies, they can handle it. And my little dots. That's what I say. Don't worry about coloring over the ice. The ice is supposed to be transparent anyway. A little bit of light on the lip. But light hits the water. Highlights on the glass. There we go. Now over here, I said that I'm gonna whip out my acrylic markers for this one. So this obviously does not need a lemon garnish. It's watermelon. You can't have it. They don't need no dang lemon garnish. Not on a watermelon. So see if I have a color that I want. I have to whip out. I know what markers I'm gonna have to whip out to do this though. There we go. I had to find the color that I wanted. What I like about acrylic marker, I've said so many times before, is that you can change coloring page to be whatever you want it to be as long as you have an acrylic marker. So put that layer down and let it dry. This is dry enough for me to take. I put that white Sharpie up? No, it's right here. Now, what do we want to do for our next drink? And I want to see y'all work on these because I know y'all gonna come up with some interesting. Somebody gonna message me with a picture of some a cherry coke Hennessy or something. I know. Lavender lemonade. Hey Jada. Lavender lemonade falls under complementary colors. So because that is purple and yellow working together. So I try to make these lessons fun, but at the same time, like you're like learning something. Like I said, you may think that you're just, coloring drinks, but you're actually learning gradients while you're at it. I think that that's dry. I'm gonna darken up the rim of this a little bit just so it looks more like a watermelon. You're dry enough. Yep. Look how fast that acrylic marker dries. Put a second layer on it. Thing is, you will have to layer them up, but they dry fast. I'm trying to get rid as much of the black underneath as possible. And this marker brand is called Just Art. I got it off a TikTok shop, but I'm gonna see. I think I have them linked in my Amazon as well. If not, I have something very similar. Pretty much, I think we're both in Louisiana. Was that you who mentioned something about Louisiana? And I saw a video on TikTok earlier of a guy saying that if a woman has coloring books and they're for her, that she's crazy and you better leave her alone. And I said, imagine what it mean to have somebody who makes the coloring books. I guarantee you I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Okay, so yeah, we both because you mentioned a art supply store from down here. I was like, oh wait a minute, I'm not that far from there. I don't know about you, but I'm hiding at home this weekend. I'm not going nowhere near the Super Bowl. Oh you want to see me do the cheat markers? Okay, well, well if we doing cheat, then it's only right that we go with the cheapest, which is the Timu, the Shein, the the ones that will now cost you extra money via tariffs to get to your house. The touch markers. That's not true. You can actually get these on Amazon. I'm just being messy. The touch markers. These are the cheapest ones. But okay, we'll do lavender. We'll do a lavender lemonade with the hopefully it don't tell my people. No, you can make these work. You can make these work. I'm just gonna it's gonna take me a minute to pick out my colors. But we said lavender lemonade, so I'm guessing we need to pick out lavender since we already got that color. And in order to make this, so when you look at lavender lemonade, let's see how dark this is. That is really, really dark. Is that a lavender? I'm gonna use it. When you look at those, oh, pale lavender, that works. I can use this one. Oh, that is exactly the color I was looking for. Look at that. I need a pale yellow. That that yellow don't seem too pale, but okay. Okay, this may work. We were joking, but this may be the best one yet. Cause when you what the hell is flesh? What the hell is ain't no human being this color? What the hell you mean flesh? What the hell is flesh? What in the rose art? Ain't no damn living person that color. No, Crayola are water based, so I would never use Crayola because they're water based. I do have some water based markers in here from Ohuhu, and I'm using them as a prop right now. I don't know. If they didn't give, if I had paid money for them, I would have sent them right back. Ain't nobody that color. The hell you mean flesh? Anyway, so we have a pale yellow, we have a thing, and we have the lavender. I need one more yellow because I can't just do straight pale yellow. Oh, this is not enough these. What is this? That's too green. That's too green, and I don't know what color that is in real life. This will do. Okay, we're gonna use these to make our They feel cheap in my hands. I'm sorry. They feel cheap to the hand. They feel cheap to the touch. Okay, so now we got our gradients. Okay, we're gonna use these. Yes, it's gonna take me all 5 colors probably to make this. These markers are cheap. These are some cheap ass markers. Okay, these is cheap, and I haven't used these to do a full illustration yet, so I don't know how good they are. My art bleed markers are like how much, honey? My art bleed markers are 80 markers for like $30. Those are cheap, but they blend really, really well. I got some beautiful art out of them. So we're gonna see how these compare. And I don't want to make fun of cheap materials because when I paint, if you guys ever seen my painting, people assume that I'm using like all expensive material, and I'm going right there to Walmart and going to get the apple barrel paint. I'm gonna get apple barrel paint for like 75 cents a bottle, and I'm gonna paint a whole ass painting to go sit in the gallery. So I don't want any to ever knock cheap stuff because I'm gonna get me some cheap paint. That's what dang show. Yeah, I use it. I use it, and it'll get me stuff like that. See that painting? That's apple barrel. Well, it's apple barrel, some budget Liquidex, and some budget golden paint, but mainly apple barrel paint and some oops paint from Home Depot. I'm gonna get me some cheap paint. So I don't want to knock certain supplies. I don't. As long as it's not rose art. Y'all know how I feel about rose art. I've never been more disrespected in my life than when my mother came in talking about some here. We bought you some colors. You bought me some what? You bought me the essence of a color. You didn't buy me a color. Okay, so using touch because y'all done challenged me to use the cheap mark. I'm gonna go, like I said. Tell me this, because I've never had lavender lemonade. What's at the top? Is it yellow at the bottom, purple at the top, or purple at the top and yellow at the bottom? How does it go? What's the color? What's the gradient? While y'all do that, I'm gonna go ahead and color in this lemon with these markers. Purple at the bottom. Okay. There ain't no difference between the purple, the pale yellow, and the dang canary yellow. They blend into the same color. And you're right. And you're probably gonna get more of a payoff too. All right. Let's start with my pale. That's pale blue. Lord, I'm grabbed the wrong color to begin with. Let's start with the light lavender. And then two of them mesh together into one color. Now I done said it's fine to use any color markers you got, and y'all done already put me to shame by blending together into one harmonious yellow, like y'all wasn't two different markers. Okay. So I put my base down. Now I'm going in with this. It's supposed to be pale blue. We're gonna see at the bottom while it's still wet because I want a gradient. Oh, these I don't like the way these smell. Oof, I don't like the way these smell. They're not. There used to be this marker brand. They don't make them no more. At least maybe when I go to the art supply store, I'm gonna see if they still had them. There was once this alcohol marker brand when you took the cap off, your whole room smelled. And I mean, I used to hold. They were so great, but they spread so much. But when I tell you, I used to hold my breath to use them. Oh, we'll tell you this: these blend well. You see how nice that blended? They blend well. We gonna get we okay. 10 points to Gryffindor. That's we're not gonna go no more than that. That's all we need. It's gonna spread. It's gonna spread. Okay, so these done already tore up my paper a little bit. So you know I ain't gonna be coloring with these too often. You see, they already kind of it's already kind of did a little bit harsh on my paper. And this is heavy paper. These didn't do that. I'm gonna look at the back. Oh, you see how wet it is? Mm. All right, so I'll go ahead and put the lemon on top. And just to make things even, I'll do this one with whole two markers. We're gonna see. We apparently would have turned this into a marker battle. But I want you to see that even though it's giving me a little bit of trouble, it is possible to use these. You just have to have a lighter touch, and I'm heavy-handed. These they blend well, somewhat. Now let me try to go over that because it's looking sort of. It was supposed to be a pale yellow, but it's drying way darker than I wanted to dry. You know what I did wrong with this? And I can admit what I did wrong. I swatched it on different paper. The paper that I swatched it on is not the paper that I'm coloring on because this is pale yellow when I swatched it on this paper, and this is how it looks on this paper. So the paper you swatch it on makes a difference. So I say, whatever paper you're going to be coloring on, that's the paper when you're making your swatch sheet, that's the paper you use because that's going to help determine it. I'm going to use more of this pale lavender to make the shading on the glass. I can't even get. No, I need the bottom. I need the bottom off. Oh my god. Obviously, I will not be picked to endorse touch markers. Jesus. All right, lavender lemonade. Let that dry. Okay. Do I don't need to. I was about to say, do I need another layer of that? I don't think so. We get a green acrylic marker. Green one for a rind. And then I'm gonna need a black footprint. There we go. Redraw what that line should be. Okay. And then and just for the heck of it, I'm gonna put a few watermelon seeds at the base of that drink. Make it cute. So you can get real cute with this stuff. Should be use my pen. Still no, I need the markers to get the depth that I want. Not that Sharpie. Sharpie is a better marker. So now we have 3 drinks done, and we have 2 with complementary colors, 1 with analogous colors, and we need 1 more using analogous colors. So what drink do we want? What haven't we done? You know what? We should see they come with a lemon on it and they look more of like a citrusy thing. But I was like, we could do let's do an amber looking one that kind of looks like a bourbon or a Hennessy. And we can achieve that by using like the yellow, red, and orange side of it. It's probably gonna come out looking tropical, like a tropical sunset one. What is the yes for me trying to do a bourbon or yes for me doing a tropical sunset? I'm not doing the cheap markers again. Not doing them. You got it. You got one. You got one. We ain't going. I'm going back to hoo hoo. I'm being called home. Nah, friend, we gonna manifest some better markers to come your way. We gonna manifest some better markers. Even if you gotta buy one at a time. I can't leave you over there. I'm gonna start telling people that when they start asking me what's the best cheap markers. How about we manifest some money? So we're gonna manifest money so you can get the best markers on the thing. Whatever marker set you want, we're gonna get you. I can't have y'all here struggling like this. That being said, I'm making fun, but these right here that are available on Amazon are very affordable and very, very good. These are good. These are cheap and these are good. Get these if you're looking for like cheap markers. These are good. Um, and these are really good. These are, like I said, Ohuhu. See, Ohuhu and Hotu are sisters. Sisters, okay? Same mama, different daddy. Sisters. Okay, so which did we set on? Like a sunset one? Would that be like a Mai Tai? A Mai Tai? Y'all can tell I don't drink. I'm from New Orleans and do not drink. It's probably because I'm from New Orleans and I don't drink. I don't see what it could do to people. Or we want to try like a bourbon because I'm trying to figure out if I do that, I'm gonna have to be in the brown family. Yeah. eh, Now I have not had time to perfect this, so don't get on me if it don't look right. And I'm not looking at a reference. Like mahogany, lipstick orange. That's too much orange. That's not. That apricot is not the color of an apricot. They have never seen an apricot before. That's what they think the color of an apricot is. Who the hell showed them an apricot? Okay, Margot. And I don't think this like mahogany is gonna do. This like mahogany ain't hitting. Um, yeah, copper. Oh, we'll do copper. We'll use copper. Y'all are just using me to make a bourbon so y'all could add bourbon drinks to them damn cozy and fuzzy coloring books. Y'all not tricking me. I better not go on TikTok and see them damn dogs and puppies drinking Hennessy mixes. Y'all not tricking me. I think this is what I'm going to try to attempt it with. Yeah, what set? I'm nosy too. What set did you order? I'm gonna have to pull up a reference. And when in doubt, use a reference. No, I don't need to know what's going on Bourbon Street Live. I already know a whole bunch of people drunk out there risking their family name and honor, dishonoring their cows. He's doing some hoo hoo. Get you some. Get you some. Listen, I didn't pay for these with my own money. Everybody talking about, oh, you got big money because you ordered the 320 set. My husband bought those. He worked overtime and got me those. And all I had to do was strange things for change. I apologize if there's any children in here who overheard that. Yeah. You can send pictures. You can send pictures. You can post pictures and tag me in them. Yes, you can. You can reply to the mailing list emails. Like a lot of you, and thank you, a lot of you did reply to me when I asked that you learn anything. And I was able to have conversations with some of y'all. Y'all watch out because sometimes they have sales. Sometimes the 320 on their Ohuhu website will be $200 instead of 240. They'll take the 40 off. Also, if you can hold out to Prime Deal Day, sometimes they be on sale then too. But y'all can also mix and match colors. You can get some Ohuhus, you can get some Hotu markers, you can get some cow art markers that are brush tips. And also, Raw Sushi just dropped her own pre-order for her own colors. If y'all are familiar with Raw Sushi, I said, oh, she done changed the game again. Okay, so these are the colors I'm going to attempt to make bourbon with. We'll see. Just line up, they're pretty, so I know they're gonna work. Cause look how pretty they are lined up. And these are analogous colors because these colors will all be next to each other on the color wheel. And if I rearrange them, I can actually make them a value scale. Why are you running? Why are you running? No, you didn't. I can, like I said, I'm happy to answer because otherwise, I just assume nobody pays attention to me. And every time I get an email, I tell my husband, "Look, I done made something of myself." Okay, well, I'm going to. Most of them are a nice amberish color, so I'm just gonna start off with this color here. I'm going in my circles. This is my first attempt, so don't judge me. I ain't perfect. I'm not one of those people who be coloring the blades of grass and every grain of sand and every speck in the concrete in my coloring pages. I am very much so that looks nice and head on out. Also, I'm gonna go live a few times during this week. So I want to do some fashion illustration as well. So I'm gonna be probably do some fashion illustration using the acrylic markers. I told you. I told you, Freeman. I told you. See, the chisel comes in handy though, especially if you want to make content and you need the scratchy scratch sound. The chisel comes in handy. I tried to make an ASMR video using just the brushes, and it was not, the A's were not meeting the R's. They just weren't. Okay. I'm talking to y'all. Don't let it dry. I have to work. Remember, I have to work wet. Ain't nothing working. If that brush tip ain't wet, ain't nothing working. That didn't sound right at all. I'm actually doing the opposite blend. Instead of going top to bottom like I did, I'm blending kind of like in a circle. Ohuhu has been making all kind of money, and I know I had a hand in it because I got commissions. And to say that I may only get like a few cents per sale, the amount of commissions I got, I must have been selling the hell out of them. That means Ohuhu's seeing my videos and me cussing them out. I'm back over these wet blending. The chisel starts to come in handy after a while. All right, I have to let that dry. Oh, you got the 320? Happy sorting. I still ain't finished watching. I still ain't. I gave up. To hell with it. You ain't gonna steal my joy in life. I'm gonna finish it. I'm gonna finish it. I ain't a quitter. I ain't a quitter. I'm gonna finish it. I love my marker stand, and it makes all every. I love my marker stand, and since I'm talking about it, this sucker holds 360 markers. So if you have a lot, it's gonna hold more than your 320 set. So because one thing I can't stand about Hoo-Hoos, they sell all these markers, but they marker stands hold 2 scones and a half markers. Yeah, this is in my Amazon. This is in my Amazon shop. It goes up and down. So if you see it and it seems high, just wait. It'll go back down again. Currently, it's 81. Sometimes it'll be 79. It'll go back and forth between like 8 to 79 and I want to say like 86. And sometimes it'll jump up. Wait it out. It will go down. Right now, it's 89. Thank you so much and welcome. Um, oh Lord, my group chat is talking. So it may look expensive, but it's not because Ohuhu's ones that may hold maybe 120 markers, they about like what 35, 36, $37, and you got to get two of them or maybe three depending on how many. If you got this set, you're gonna have to get way more. If you get this holds that whole 320 set and it's only like $80. When you do the math, you saving money. I got two of them. I got another one that I haven't unboxed yet. And that's the whole all of my other markers because I want all my markers set up. Because I have another set of Ohuhu, and I'm probably gonna reorder the skin tone set because I didn't use it so much. Some of them dried out, but I'm gonna try and see if I can drop a little bit of 90% alcohol in them and revive them before I do that. But I did buy another one, so I highly recommend this. It's linked in my Amazon store. If you go to my YouTube bio and you click the button that shows you all the links, it's in there. Just go to the Amazon favorites. This is listed along with some of my favorite coloring supplies. Okay, now we back. So I'm gonna hold it up and see. It's kind of hard to see all the different colors that's in there, but it's looking it's looking drunken love to me. It's looking a little drunken love. It's looking like we be all night. I'm gonna make this an orange because usually when I go get drinks like this, they be orange. I'm gonna use the actual color orange. I'm gonna use my blue. It's my gray I had earlier. This is my cool gray. Shadows on the side. Darken that wine color. And for this, I'm actually gonna cheat just a little bit. When I say I keep these acrylic markers locked and loaded. Yeah, make sure you keep it on the side. I'm gonna use the finger with the broken nail and just spread that a little bit. Get that to have some highlights to it. Sometimes you need little extra highlights to make it pop. Could have did that to all of these, but I'll be sitting here all day. But that's how you utilize your acrylic markers. You don't have to do the whole thing in acrylic marker, but you can do things like transform something into like a different object. You add pops of color here and there. So I say, you don't really want to miss a class because I may say I'm teaching one thing and then I end up showing you a whole nother thing. These are just our acrylic markers. Any acrylic markers will do, but these are the ones I have on hand. I have a bunch. I also have Sharpie. This is the first one I have. These are my favorite. I always recommend these. You can go to Walmart and pick these up. Or you can get them off of Amazon. And there's also Artix. These are on Amazon and TikTok Shop. These were from TikTok Shop. These I got these from Walmart. So I have all kind of brands. I even have grabby markers as well. I will do a I'll probably end up doing a series on acrylic marker. But if you want to learn more about them, later this week I will be going live and I'll be doing fashion illustration using them. Probably I want to draw some cupids, some very fashionable cupids. And acrylic markers in general are very, very affordable in price. They're never really they're way cheaper in comparison to alcohol markers. But the thing is, they are more of a paint base. So you see how this goes over the line. If that's the reason why a lot of people don't use them to color full on because they go over your lines. So I use them to add accents unless I'm doing a full illustration and using them alone. But when it comes to coloring, I use them for accents. I'm still laughing at a previous comment earlier about somebody asking if the coloring stuff was for somebody in kindergarten. The funny thing is like these lessons that we first learn, they seem elementary, but these are the cornerstone to art. Because whether you're coloring or you're painting or you're doing a comic book, you're illustrating a children's book, whatever it is, you're styling, you're trying to put together a wardrobe, you're trying to do your makeup, your hair, you have to learn the basis of color. You try to decorate your house, you need to understand color and how it works. And that is our drinks. So we have two with the complementary colors. We got our red and our green, our yellow and our purple. And then we got two with the analogous colors, which are our bourbon drink, drink, and then I forgot what we called this one. It was some type of a tropical drink. But that's how those things work when you're using them. And see, they blended so easily, even though they were different colors, because they were next to each other on the color wheel. That's why that's why this blended seamlessly. These colors are next to each other on the color wheel. Here you had to do a little bit of extra work with the blending, but they do complement each other. You just have to be careful when it blends, because when they blend, you get little things like this. But they look very nice next to each other. Yes, complementary colors are crossing the color wheel. So when you have your color wheel, they're the ones that are across from each other. Your red and your green, your orange and your blue, and your yellow and your purple, and everything in between. And that's your green and your red. That's right there. Because even if it's a pink, it's still a red. Your purple and your yellow, and then these are the analogous colors. These are the colors that are next to each other. So in order to do this, we had to go between our yellows and our reds to pick out the colors. That's why bourbon is such a pretty deep, really richly colored drink, because it's analogous. No, purple and orange wouldn't complement because they're not directly across from each other. But that doesn't mean that purple and yellow wouldn't look good together in a color palette. They're just not technically complementary colors, but complementary colors doesn't mean that they're the only colors that complement. That's just what they call them. Matter of fact, I actually could show you that. If you look at your tertiary colors, that's like a purple and an orange next to each other right there. They look good together. As a matter of fact, let's play with that. Let's look at some of the colors that are not next to each other and how they play out with each other. Because we're going to do some Lisa Frank style leopards. Now, this, I gave y'all this in y'all practice sheet as well. Have fun with this. Go ham. So you said orange and purple, right? Let's do it. Orange, and let's get a purple. But you can't pick just any purple. You got the trick to making the different colors work with each other is that you want them to be in the same hue. Perfect example, pastels. Pastels work beautifully. It don't matter if it's a pastel pink, a pastel blue, a pastel purple, pastel orange. They are all the same tint. That's why they work, because they're all pastels, jewel tone colors. They're all in the same color family. So, but you can take an amethyst and you can put it next to amber, and they're gonna look good because they're all in the same hue. They're all in the same family. So if I'm using this orange and I need to find a purple that's going to complement it. And this is a very, very bright color. Let's see. And another cheat to that is, since you know that blue complements orange, you can get a blue violet. You can get a purple blue. You can get a purple blue. And it'll work with each other. Let me see. Let's get a violet. Perfect example. See, this purple and this orange, they work together. The reason why they work together is because this purple has more blue. So it's actually complementing the orange, because blue and orange complement each other. I was about to say, aren't these the Lakers colors? But Lakers are yellow and purple. But yeah, we'll make it work. So I have the orange, purple. I need a third color. I don't want to just go in with just orange and purple. What else do I want? Give me a blue green. We can try pink as well. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go with this green, and then I'll try pink too. Where's this pink? Let's see what that looks like. We'll try this color palette. So the thing that makes something like this work, for one, you got those heavy black lines that give you some contrast going on. So I'm gonna do this one, and we'll see. I'll try to do another one that's pastel, but we're gonna go in with some wild colors. We're gonna thank Lisa Frank for this one, and these colors are all very saturated as well. Picking colors that are the same saturation helps too. That's why pastel. That's why I say that's why pastels work, because they're all at the same level of saturation. There's a science behind pastels. Witchy colors, okay. We'll do one that's witchy, and we'll do a psychedelic one too. So we'll do pastel, we'll do witchy, and we'll figure out what the last one's going to be. What time is it? That's also why neon colors work together so well too, because neons are bright as hell together. That's what we'll do. We'll do the last one as neon. We'll see if we can get a neon looking good. So I'm gonna rapid fire through these really quickly because I don't want to keep y'all too late. We're gonna make Mama Frank proud. And yes, I know that she's not a good person. I know. I've known people who've had personal problems. I've known somebody who had a personal problem with Lisa Frank, but I'm not gonna take away that the art style is iconic. Probably should have left that white, do a little bit of white in there. I'll go back in with my acrylic marker and fix it. Oh, thank you. I need some more purple. I don't have any purple on the other this side. You know what this kind of gives me? It gives me very like 90s Halloween. Oops. Sit still, you. And also I gave you these to test out color ones. Now every one you do is not gonna look right. That's why you get four. Print out as many as you want, test out colors, play with the practice sheets. Like I said, I'm probably gonna go in with my acrylic marker and add some white. That's also why you see when I make a mistake, I'm like, oh well, I'll just fix it with a marker or a color pencil. They're very, very good for that. Oh, I should have did a Mardi Gras one. Oh, that's what I did. A little Mardi Gras one. It's carnival season. There is a sports team that uses purple and orange. I just can't think of the name of the team. Somebody uses purple and orange. I'm gonna give you what color eyes I want you to have. I'm gonna give you blue eyes. Blue eyes. I need them to be like screaming blue. Screamed. I don't know. It keeps getting pushed back. It was supposed to be done by now. Literally, my deadline to have it done was this week, but then I got so caught up with so the idea of me having the coloring and art class came out of nowhere, and I got so caught up with it that it took the place of me finishing the book. But I'm in this place mentally where I'm like, just let things take the time that they take. And if it takes a little longer, let it take that time and add some yellow in here. So I'm just letting it happen naturally, and I'm not rushing the book along, but I do want it released for the end of this month. So we'll see. I said instead of, since my husband's going to work tomorrow, so I'm going to be here, I'm going to work on my coloring book tomorrow. Now that I have all of that, now where is my favorite shadow color? Mauve shadow. Okay. Now I'm going to go in the uniform some of these out. What one of the things I like about adding shading and stuff is it makes everything more uniform. So something can be crazily colored, but when you start adding shadows to it and putting them in place and making them kind of come together, it's like, oh no, that was meant to be that way. I didn't just randomly grab every color in the book. I meant it to look like that. I didn't mean to go that dark with you, my dear. That was too dark. That's too dark as well. Natural Gray 7 is probably a good medium place for it to be. Yeah. Start popping out those edges with some shadows. Pastel ones will probably be a lot easier to blend with. I won't have to do as much surgery with them. It depends on no, that it depends on the lighting that you're going for. Like if your character is standing in the sunlight, you're not shading with blue. You know, you're shading with whatever color is reflecting on them. So it depends. I actually use one of the colors I use a lot for shading is mauve shadow. It's a purple. Um and I use that more than anything. It's very very warm and it's not as harsh as blue because blue is cool. It's going to cool everything down. But your shadows really depend on the lighting around because your shadows are reflecting whatever color that is bouncing out off of. But as a rule of thumb, you will usually see me shading with this. If I need to go darker, then I'll go to one of my grays or I may pick a blue, but usually you'll see me shading with a mauve shadow or you'll see me shading like with a pale blue violet. If I'm using coloring pencils to shade, you're going to see me shading with an indigo. But it really just depends on what it is you're coloring and what the overall color palette is. If there's no blue in the color palette, you don't use blue for shading. There we go. I had to restore the mouth a little bit. If you're trying to learn digital art or anything like that, you're gonna see digital artists use all kind of colors to shade. And another thing, sometimes you can use the complementary color of what you're using. So if I have something that is orange and I need to tone it back, I will get a pale blue and I will shade with a pale blue because I know that that blue is going to pull it back. So I had to add a few highlights and fix the mouth because I messed up the mouth a little bit. But once you add the shading and the highlights, the colors become more harmonious. I almost wished that instead of a tiger, I would have did a leopard because I could have really made pulled the colors together. And if you wanted to be even fancy, if I wanted to be even fancier, I could have went in there with a what is this? What marker is this? And added one even bolder with the colors. See, this is why you can't. This is why I can't be left alone with colors. So I go to adding extra stuff. I'm just using this a demo. You don't have to do this when you practice it. But I'm just showing you, since I'm doing everything within the same saturation and almost like the same color family a little bit, it don't matter how crazy my colors get. They're gonna work together. There we go. Now, where did this blue come from? I'm gonna put it back in its spot, and I don't know where I stole it from. Oh, right there. No, learn traditional first. Learn traditional first. A lot of people are learning digital first. You should learn traditional first. Learning traditional is only going to enhance digital art, but your digital art is going to do nothing for you if you try to learn traditional afterward. It's not going to help you at all. If you can learn how to do this traditionally, it can translate to everything. I try to teach people that all the time. But a lot of people are younger and they're coming up in the digital age. They don't understand that you have to learn the fundamentals. And I take pride in knowing that if my iPad battery dies, me and a pencil can get at it. We can get at it all day because I'm classically trained. I sometimes have to remind people, I'm classically trained in oil portraiture. Like I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Y'all think, and y'all on there trying to tell me I don't understand what color red onion is? But learning the fundamentals will only make your digital art stronger. If you learn value scale and you learn how to shade with pencil or charcoal, I promise you that'll change your digital art immediately. Okay, so we want to do, let's do a soft pastel. Let's do soft pastels for this one. It's gonna look so soft and cute. So I have a pastel peach in my hand. Because some people ask me, do I need to buy the pastel set? Let's try those. Let's get those pastels and see how they look. Now the pastels are tricky because you'll lay them down and think, oh, that color's not that strong, and then that sucker dry on you, and you're like, oh. And these are colors I use so far. I'm gonna try to find like a pastel yellow and a pastel green. pastel yellow is not pastel-y enough for me. It's not light like I want it to be. It's not soft. It's not gentle. I didn't mean to go that dark. I do need a sharper pink. You see how dark them pastels dry? So many of these dang pastels the same damn color. Uh, what do you mean you don't bodyguard edition? I don't like that green as much, but I'll pull it together. I need a pastel blue. There we go. Well, week 4 we're gonna go over coloring digital. We're gonna do digital coloring as well. So you're gonna learn. I'm gonna teach you how to do all of it. If you want to color with your coloring books in digital, I'm gonna show you how to do that too. What you Cal Art? Yes, I ordered Cal Art. I'm not the best person to ask for them because I ordered Cal Art and I returned them. Not because anything was wrong with them, but I just felt like I was buying Cal Art because I didn't want to pay Ohuhu prices, but I really wanted Ohuhu. So when I got them, I was just like, these are okay, but these are not what I really wanted. So I sent them back and I waited until I was able to afford Ohuhu because that's what I really wanted. Okay, I wanted it to be more pastel, but you know what it's giving me? The 90s. This is giving 90s. Like 90s, like those 90s Taco Bell colors. Well, yeah, I can't control Z. I can't control Z. See, the thing with traditional art is it's not just drawing and coloring and shading, it's problem solving, it's critical thinking. If I hand you a blank sheet of paper and tell you make something, I'm asking you to problem solve. It accesses a totally different part of your brain. That's not to say that digital art doesn't do the same, but there is something to say that with digital art, all you got to do is control Z it away or undo it. But if you make a mistake with this, you got to know how to fix it or you got to toss it. You become critical thinker. Exactly. It's giving windbreaker. It's giving Saved by the Bell. Like I was like, oh my god, it's Saved by the Bell. Like I'm gonna give him a little background behind him because that's what it's looking like. I'm gonna give him a little background. He was a happy accident. It was a happy little accident. And it's that yellow and that blue. When that yellow and that blue and that purple hit, that's what's making it look like that. And I'm okay with it. So if you have like a coloring page and you want to do like a retros 90 look, now you know what colors to pick. Now you know exactly what colors to pick to get like a 90s look. Thank you, Kim. Yeah, I definitely want to see what you guys come up with when you color these guys. I definitely want to see the color combinations y'all make. Because you see, I just sat here and accidentally made 90s realists. You need printable card stock. Since you're on YouTube, if you go to the my YouTube bio, there is a list of links. One of the links is going to be the actual materials. It's going to say art resources. It's a Google Drive with all of the coloring practice sheets in there. But you'll also see the link. You should see the link to my Amazon favorites. And in my Amazon favorites, I have coloring supplies. There's my particular favorite coloring cardstock in there. If you want to just go to Walmart and get it, any cardstock that is 110 pounds. I actually think I have the Walmart one on hand because I just bought it. Okay, yeah, this Pin and Gear. I couldn't figure out what it was called. Pin and Gear. Them. This is a good. It's 100. It's 110 pounds. So this is going to be good. And it's good. It works with your laser and your inkjet printers. This is gonna be my first time trying it out because right now I'm using a different cardstock, but I've heard so many good things about this one, and it's probably one of the most affordable ones. Astro Brights, they also sell that at Walmart and on Amazon, is another really good one. Astro Brights is really good. Near, I think the name of that's what this brand is. But they're all 110 pounds. It's smooth. This is for printers specifically. It says it on the package. It's specifically for printers. This is not the cardstock you're gonna go get at like Michael's or whatever. This is in the printer section. You're gonna go to the printer section of your store and you're gonna look for cardstock in the printer section. This is also 100. It's a different brand that I use all the time. It's 110 cardstock. It's from a different brand, but I'm gonna be trying out the Walmart brand going forward because a couple of my artist friends have said very good things about it. I'm gonna be trying that one out going forward. I also have another. What's the other brand of cardstock I had that I just bought, but I haven't tried it yet. But I know that it's good. It's good paper. Did I move it? I just been here moving stuff. How dare I? Anyway, I had another brand, and I literally for months I've been having that brand sitting just right here. Never did nothing, and now I done moved it. Okay, I moved it. I don't know why I put it somewhere in here. Yeah, that's it, Nia. That's a good brand. Okay. Oh God, I'm gonna have to put these back in order, and some of these I didn't even swatch yet, so I don't know where they're gonna go. But anyway, I'm kind of in love with this little guy. I need to shade him. So this is my mauve shadow. This is what I usually use to shade. But I wonder if that's gonna be too harsh on him because it's such a for him it might be too strong. So I'm gonna pick a cool gray or a warm gray. A very, very, very light warm gray. Yeah, this will work. And you don't have to shade them. That's just me. And you can also use color pencil to do it as well. The focus of this is just practicing your color palettes and seeing all the fun characters you can create. Because you can test out color palettes and stuff on here. And then when you have your other coloring books, you know what you want to do. And you can make the funnest of characters and have all the people on Color Talk jealous as hell. Like, who told you how to do that? So that cutie pursuit is done. Where are we at with time? Okay, I'm gonna stay on. I'm gonna go ahead and stay on a little bit longer. Whoever want to rock with me, want to rock with me. We're gonna do witchy colors on this one. But I feel like if I'm gonna do witchy colors, I want to change the eyes. Okay, I need to put some of these. Excuse me. I need to put some of these markers up because I got markers everywhere, and I'm gonna lose my place if I don't put them up right now. So put these pastels back. I don't know what order I had these in because I didn't get a chance to swatch these yet. So they're gonna be, I'm about to mess up all my color sheets. Horseradish is back down here. I think pale green was up here. This is right here. Core pink was up here. Rearrange them later. Okay, I just need to make some room for myself. And these were the whole two markers can go back from whence they came. I'm not using them no more today. Okay, I had to make myself some rum. You were not dry at all. I don't know why I did that. All right, so we want to do some darker colors. So obviously we got to go with dark purple gray because that's just obviously. What would be the what would be witchy colors? That's the question. Like, what type of witch are we talking about? You know how many witches there are? Are we talking wicked? Just green? Like what? What witches are you talking about? Y'all got to give me some hints. What would you consider a witchy color? I have to add that to my Pinterest board because I've been trying to collect different things to put on my Pinterest board, Pinterest boards, and I'm gonna have to find witchy color palettes and add that. That would be like a black cat. Okay, let's try. Let's look at dark olive. These see already together. These look cute lined up. Um, what does yellow dahlia look like? I think that'll work. Okay, these we getting somewhere. I try to stay away from black. We need a purple. It's not witchy without purple. I feel like that's like almost one of the green or purple is like the universal witch colors. Dark violet, dark lavender. Oh, definitely, definitely dark violet. Okay, but we already got black, so we're not grabbing the black. So we, I think I need one more green. What's that perfect like? What's that perfect like? Wicked green. Okay. I think I'm gonna try these. They don't look that bad next to each other either. I dubbed the witchy colors. So we can pull this off and not have it look like a hot mess. It's very quite possible that it will look like. I'm not afraid to say that. Okay, sometimes things look like a hot mess, but we don't know until we test it out. Really see that I don't like how overly saturated that green is. I'm gonna swap the greens because it's giving Frankenstein. We're supposed to be going for which are we getting Frankenstein. I think it's the yellow that's throwing me off that I don't like as much. That's okay. I don't have to use it that often. Since I'm not going to use it that often, proceeds to use it immediately. No, I didn't grab. I should have a gray. This looks brown. I need a. That's the color I'm missing. I swear I seen these colors together at Home Depot once. Take the yellow. I don't like that yellow on her face. Moving the yellow. Yeah, you don't have to have as many markers as I have. Use what you have. When I first started coloring, I only had I only had 80 markers. And the count of the markers was 80, but a lot of the colors were repeats of each other. So it wasn't even like they gave me a true 80 markers. But I did almost a whole coloring book with them. You don't need a lot. And truthfully, the 320 set, there's a lot of duplicate and redundant colors. A lot of them are redundant. You don't need them all. This one's fighting me. But you think you're gonna win, you may win. You may actually defeat me. You may actually defeat me. You may not actually come out that cute. It's okay. I don't care. I got acrylic markers. I can fix you. What's that sound on TikTok? It's okay. It just needs a little shaping to the salon. Like that one. That's what I'm gonna do with you. Move. Also. But this is a part of being an artist for sure. Was I'll be telling myself, trust the process, trust the fact the process don't never come through. Sometimes the process just don't work out at the end. Sometimes the process told you quit while you was ahead and you didn't listen. Oh, wait a minute. 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 Let me figure out a way to save him. I said, not me figuring out a way to save him halfway through. It's like, wait a minute, take away the white. Take away the white. dull up the yellow because the yellow is too much. The yellow needed to be a shade darker than what I had it. The shade of the yellow isn't working. The shade of the green isn't working up here because it's too saturated. So I'm going over it with my gray and I'm dulling it up so it's just as dull as all the other colors. Now we're getting somewhere. Hold on, wait a minute. Hold it. Okay. Did that now. Give me what color to shade with. With this gray. Shadows. What color are witch's eyes? They're usually yellow, right? It's because it's so many multiple colors, and a witch would be a solid color. We're just going with the devil. That's what we just go. Who is this demonic creature? He looks like a pet that a witch would have. I'm gonna let this red dry, and I'm gonna go over this red with like a green gray to dull it out so it meshes because we don't need a saturated red that much. But I'm gonna let it dry, then I'm gonna go over with a green gray. Okay, did you bring that cat back from the dead? Absolutely. I don't know what y'all talking about. It's fantastic. It's got hyperpigmentation. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about. My boy, clean. This is the cat they should have thrown out of Pride Rock instead of the way they threw Kovu out. Deception. Disgrace. Exactly. Like who the hell let you in the damn? Who the hell let you in the club? Green gray, green gray, green gray. Where's my green grays? Green gray right here. And the green gray to dull that red back down. The red did not need to be that bold. See? Using that green gray. Green. It's the opposite of red. I was able to dull that back down. Now it fits in the same family. You look like Scar had a baby with his sister. Let me stop trolling my poor baby. He's wicked. Hey, look. Sometimes things is only that a mother could love, okay? That is why I give you 4 to practice with. Have fun. It's okay. And look, it's okay. But he don't look all the way bad. That's the sad part. He don't look all the way bad. He don't. That's the sad part. He don't look all the way bad. He do what he don't. He like he alright. If you squint his eyes, he alright. Not exactly jump scare. Okay, we'll do Valentine's. 1 second. I'm about to keep messing with this monstrosity real quick. So now I kind of love him. I kind of like him. I kind of like his little ugly self. Kind of think he's kind of cute. Y'all gonna leave my ugly child alone. That he kind of cute. He got personality. Not everybody could be this one. Okay. This obviously mama favorite child. This the one she show off first. Okay. This the one she show the company. She loved this one too. This is her athletic child. This child got ADHD. This child she got to introduce you to slowly. She can't just introduce you to this child right away. You don't even know mama got this child. Be like, wait, I hear noise in the back. You got another child? Because everybody know that one family, they be hiding that one child in the back. Everybody. Don't behave, I promise. Don't behave. Y'all here to learn, not to hear me cut up. Luckily for me, I was already in a Valentine's mood, so I was like making Valentine's palettes. So art RB70. Wait, is that the one I wanted? No, I need RB70. I didn't mean to grab that one. RZ270. What the heck are you hiding? RV270, RV270. RV270, found you. See, this is why I'm gonna need. This is why I need a moderator. Somebody going to be in the comments. Joquel, stay on task. You just started trolling your own drawing. But I'm serious. I know I'm not the only one growing up. There was that one family that kept that child hidden in the back. Didn't let nobody know that child was back there. No comment. It's not funny, but it's funny. Or that friend or family member to be who had a new baby, and you go over to see the baby, and that baby don't is not a cute baby, so you got to sit there and lie. You want to hold the baby? Mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. I'm sorry, I done got too comfortable. That's the thing. You keep me on live long enough, my real personality will come out. Okay. It's a pretty pink. That is a really pretty pink. If you're looking for a pretty pink, that is RV270. That is a really pretty pink. Okay, I need R120. Where the hell is R120? R120 is also a very pretty pink. This is light prawn. But every time I think about light prawn, I think about your boy, the Muffet, the King Prawn that was all over TikTok. See, Laverne is with me. That baby healthy. That baby eat food good. Hey, Tawana. You mean the fur around his heart or his eyeballs themselves? Can y'all hear me? Quiet, girl. I've been running my mouth this whole time. Is that better? I didn't realize I had my volume down. Is that better? Oh, that's because they were shocked at the foolishness that I've been. They probably in his shock. I'm actually gonna leave the tummy. I like the tummy and the face white. All right, what are my other colors that I wanted? Okay, I need R270. I actually do need R270. I pulled that out by accident earlier, but I actually do need it. So this is a bit of a monochromatic color palette because I'm pretty much saying within the same color family, I'm using shades of pink. I'm not really introducing any other colors. Although I gotta see. I gotta see the definition because I wonder if monochromatic is just black and white in one color. Whatever. I'm staying in the shades of in the pink range. Oh, thank you. This is part of my art and coloring class. So all of my YouTube lives in regards to the coloring class are here. So this is like what lesson 2. We're doing this the color theory class. We've been doing all things color theory this whole lesson. My last live we did value scale. And we did like blending techniques. Like earlier we did mixed drinks so we can get a handle on what were complementary colors and what were analogous colors and how they worked when you're making gradients. So we did mixed drinks earlier, and now we're playing around with different color palettes um, with these tigers. And if you did you know, excuse me, if you're new here and you haven't, all of these printouts are available. If you go to the link in my bio, right here on YouTube, if you go to the link on my bio, you're going to look for art and coloring resources. That's where you'll find the syllabus. That's where you'll find the practice sheets from the value class. And that's where you'll find this practice sheet. These practice sheets are under lesson 2. I don't know. So I'm trying to figure out what color do I want my ears to be. Do I make my ears red? Maybe we'll make them a red. I'm going to go bright red. Bright sweetheart red. Oh, pink gradient. Okay. Mm, so probably only having like 18 million. And earlier, so this live will be available on replay. So we earlier we did a color wheel, we did the drinks. Now we're finishing up with these. We also looked at different brands of markers. Somebody challenged me to use the cheap brands, and I used touch markers, and they was giving me a problem. We use touch markers, we use whole two markers, and of course we are back using Ohuhus again. I'm looking for the color that I want. I've been doing blue eyes so far. I think I'm gonna stick with the blue eye thing. I know that I was gonna do it all pink, but I decided I want the blue eye back. I think it's gonna pop it really cutely. And I want to see if it will let me No, that's a 5. Give me. Where are my? Here they are. I want to say, where are my paint markers? Oh, this one will do. Right here in my face. Oh, that is so freaking adorable. I'm sorry, that caught me off guard. That is so cute. And it's so refreshing after our ugly child earlier. Oh, and by the way, thank you guys for over 2,000 subscribers. Thank y'all so much. Oh, I kind of want. Now I want to scan him in. Him in this one are my two favorites. I'm taking my ugly child with me too when I leave. I don't care what y'all say. Yeah, so I definitely want to see what you guys do with these sheets. And thank you for everyone who shared with me their progress from last week. I literally squealed at every picture. So I feel like a proud mother. I know the pink one came out so cute. It's a cutie patootie. I have another Valentine's one that I have to upload. I was supposed to upload it a few days ago, but it's gonna be uploaded. It's an ASMR one. So if you were looking for something that was a little more therapeutic, I'm not talking as much in that one. If I'm talking at all, I think it's all just chill and color. Oh, where's mine? And so next week we're gonna be, I believe we're back on Sunday next week. I wanted to keep them all Sundays, but the reason that obviously tomorrow's the Super Bowl, that's why this one was on a Saturday. But you will see me live throughout the week on here. And like I said, watch out for my emails. I will let you know what day that is. Right now I'm thinking for sure Thursday. But our next class. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see. Mm. They're slightly different. Um, these that I have in my hand, these are acrylic markers. These are acrylic markers. Acrylic paint pen may just be that, a pen. It may not be. It may not be a marker. It may be an actual pen. Like, let me see. Little marker. If you're get the ones that say marker, because a pen may be something different than what you're looking for. But there are paint pens. But my my personal recommendation is to get one that has a brush tip and it's automatic ink, meaning that you don't have to do a lot of shaking and pumping to get it to work. See, I was able to just uncap these and get to work. That was because these are automatic ink flow and they come with a brush tip. There are some that are not that way, and you're gonna have to shake them to get the colors to come out. I don't like those. A lot of acrylic markers are those. I personally don't like them. Some people do. I don't. It depends. Um, it really depends. There's some brands I'm okay with it with, like these, because they come in so many colors. I went ahead and I got them, but you do have to shake them. You do have to shake them, and it just, how dare you just abandon me like that? And you do have to pump them to get the color out, but you do get a lot of color. So this is the only brand that you have to shake and pump that I will recommend for this. This is the Gravity acrylic markers. Oops. But otherwise, these are Ohuhus. I don't really like these. That's why I said they're gonna stop sending me stuff. You gotta shake these a lot to charge them up. And you're gonna have to press them down because they're gonna come with no ink. So you're gonna have to press them and press them and press them. And there you go. Now you got ink. They're very now they're very opaque. I will give you that. They're not transparent and they're gonna color over each other just well, but you have to do a lot of work. So for my artwork, as for me and my house, we like the brush tip acrylic markers. That's all I got to say about that. What was I at? Let me look at the schedule and see where the next live is. Let's see if I got my schedule pulled up. Because the schedule is in the syllabus. In case you're wondering, schedule is in the syllabus. February 16th. Write that down. February 16th is our next live. This one you do not want to miss because this is something I'm going to be going over, something y'all ask me about all the time. Skin tones. And instead of little tigers, we'll have little mannequin heads. Skin tones and color pencils we're going to go over. Yeah, hold on, give me a second. So don't. I may try to get those practice sheets out a little bit sooner. But like I said, watch your email. You're always going to get an email from me either the day before or the day of the live. So you can color along. These are the Sharpie acrylic creative markers. They say creative markers. These are acrylic markers. These are the colors they come with. I think they need a better range of colors, but these are very good to start with. Because they don't really give you like a true pink, and there's a lot of colors missing. I don't know why they gave me like, this is not a pink. This is like a purplish color. I don't know why we get like two forms of turquoise. It's a lot, and not a light blue. They don't give you a lot to work with, but this is what I recommend as a starter set. If you like these, then you'll probably like acrylic marker, and they're very, very good. And the skin tone class we're taking is just an intro. It's not gonna be a fully in-depth one. There'll be a fully in-depth one coming, but this one is gonna be an intro, and this is gonna further help you understand what I mean when I say about value, color, blending. You're really gonna see that come together when we're doing skin tones. So you're really gonna see all of that come together for sure. So we put all of those back. That is the creative markers. You don't have to, excuse me, you do not have to shake these. You don't have to shake them at all. You open them up and they come right out. Just like that. Some acrylic markers are good, and you do have this is the shuttle art ones. You do have to shake these, but that's all you got to do. You just got to shake them up a little. They're brush tip, and they'll come right out as well. That is what I personally prefer. But I do keep these on hand because of their fine tip. Their fine tip allows for really, really good detail work. So if you wanted to add baby hairs to a character, this is perfect for that. You want to give a character pink eyelashes, this is perfect for that. So I do keep these on hand for that, for those reasons. Like if I wanted to, I can go in here to this little guy and I could really rev him up and make him a lot of fun using acrylic markers. My God, he's starting to look like a Picasso. See, I could really go in there and make him like pop arty if I wanted to, or graffiti art, whatever. So those are my recommendation if you want to try acrylic markers. Those are the ones I recommend to everybody. They did me very well when I was starting out with them because I didn't know what to buy, and having those helped me out, which I'm lying. Excuse me. My very first acrylic markers were Posca. Posca's a very, very, very expensive compared to all the other brands. And you got to shake and pump them, which drove me crazy. But those were my first acrylic marker. But that was back when they were the main acrylic markers on the map. Before all these other brands came, those were the ones you would get. And those were considered paint pens. If I remember correctly, Posca considered paint pens, not markers. Yeah, I think these are considered paint pens. They do the same thing, but I think for a while they used to call them paint pens instead of calling them paint markers. I use brush tip. I don't use bullet tip. I was about to make a very dirty joke and I stopped myself. Uh, keep my life professional. Brush tip. Um, for me, when it comes to acrylic marker, I like brush tip and I like fine tip. Basically, the same way when it comes to alcohol markers, brush tip and fine tip. Now, if you're the only reason why you would need something that could cover more area is if you're painting. If you're just using them for like detail work on your coloring books, all you need is a brush tip or a fine tip. You don't need no more than that. Let me see. I will show you some of this right here, and this is see when this is a good exercise in making colors work together because I think I used almost every color I had to pull this sucker off. A lot of things that made this work and saved this and made this coherent were all of the details I was able to add in here because of the acrylic markers, like this green slime, all of these neon details. All of this was I was able to add all of this with acrylic marker to kind of make it harmonious. Otherwise, she probably would have looked a mess. Like if I really take my time and I go in with him with some acrylic marker, I could save him. I could save him. You know, we ain't got to keep him in the back house. This one is so cute. Oh my god! Every time I look at him, like you are the cutest. Let me see. This is, I think, the most. This is probably one of the most popular ones I did that I used acrylic marker for, and I'll show you what she originally looked like. So this is what the coloring page looked like when you just colored it straight up. No floor. I mean, obviously, I used acrylic marker to give her baby hairs, and I did her makeup with acrylic marker. But she had a tank top with a spaghetti strap tank top. You know, this is what she looked like when I used acrylic marker. That's how she ended up with this necklace. She got these puffy sleeves. She got this little boat added to her head. That's acrylic marker. You can all of this, the pom poms, all of this. That's acrylic marker. So you can transform a coloring sheet with it. Another one that was really popular that I used it a lot on. Oh, and this is where the inspiration comes from with the tigers. But all of these colors and everything, all of this works together. I was able to add these leopard prints. That's acrylic. That's the Sharpie markers. Matter of fact, all of these little fine details in her hair. That's acrylic markers. That's why her hair looks so like 3D effect. Not only did I do a very good job blending one color to the other, but I enhanced it with the acrylic markers on top. So I said I was gonna show y'all little bits and tricks of how I get things to look a certain way. That's how I do it. The markers come in handy. And of course, this one, I completely transformed this sheet. This was just a regular girl looking over her shoulder in a backless dress, and I turned her into a whole skeleton. This entire thing was drawn. I took a black marker, blacked out her whole body, and I took acrylic markers and I drew in the whole rib cage and the skeleton and everything. All that's with acrylic marker. Oh, and before make sure y'all liking the lives. I think I only got like 19 likes. Make sure y'all liking the live. So that's how they work. I recommend anybody who likes the color to have them because they you can just add so many effects with them. I think this entire watermelon nail was done with an acrylic marker. And I think it's because I had messed no, I don't know why I did it in all of because originally this nail had diamonds on it on the coloring page and I didn't want that. So I used the acrylic marker to color over that to give me the nail shape that I wanted. But any extra questions, you guys? Any questions about anything else? Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming. The replay will be so if you came in late, the replay will be live. I'll probably edit it and add all the information to it tomorrow. So look out for that email. We'll see y'all here February 16th. And if you follow me on TikTok, I'll have little videos there as well. But if you haven't already subscribed to me, please do. And make sure you sign up for my email. You can sign up for my email list that is linked in my bio right here on YouTube. Have a good night. Thank you.